Hi everyone, Sean here for the WorldCupNow.com, bringing you your Barclays Fantasy Premier League tips for Gameweek 17. Now, I got trapped in a little bit of hype this week due to an injury, and there was another one speculated on this afternoon as I record this, which is Wednesday the 18th, and we're just going to go into a really tough time for teams. We've got games coming up this weekend, which are the 21st to the 23rd. Then we're off for Christmas, return Boxing Day, and then we're off until the New Year's, or in the New Year, I should say. And so that's going to be 3 games, or 3 game weeks in quick succession. So, regardless if it's an injury, or if your player on your fantasy team is just being arrested, you're going to have to rely on your bench, or you can try and make it up with a transfer, but if you have a strong bench, that might not be needed. So I'm going to try and help you out with your bench this week and give you some tips going in and a little bit of a format. So we'll go in there, take a look at it, and hopefully you can pull something out that will be useful for you to gain some points in your mini leagues. So let's just flip the script. Alright, so I'm just over here on the PremierLeague.com website. And I just want to bring light to what I first said when I started this video. I got caught in, I wouldn't call it some hype, but I got caught in an interesting situation, and there's probably going to be a lot of managers who are caught in the same situation now with a few players because of the recent injuries. Now, what happened to me is that on Tuesday, I was thinking about getting rid of Terry to bring in someone else, and I was going through thinking who would be the best replacement to bring him in, and I came to the conclusion after looking at some of the stats and everything that Zabaleta would be a perfect addition to the team moving into the new year, and I decided to bring him in. And this was Tuesday afternoon while they were playing their Capital One Cup game. So for those of you who don't know, who may be just finding out now while watching this video, or if you already know, he was actually injured in that game. So I bring in a player, he gets injured, now what do you do? Well, lucky for me, I was very fortunate. I had 2 free transfers this week. I bit the bullet and I brought in Evra. So even then, this was on Tuesday. Evra still had to play his game. Who were they playing? Well, they had to play their Capital One Cup game, which was today, and that was still a risk, and he didn't get injured. He actually scored, so that kind of reaffirmed my decision and why I'm going to keep him going in for the next little while. But in that game, another injury came to, as you can probably see, to Mr. Rooney. Apparently he has a knock. It's unverified. Some people think that it's just an excuse to get him some rest, which is well needed, but that he will feature again this weekend against West Ham. Now, compound that with the fact that Aguero is out for 8 weeks. There's going to be a lot of changes this week and a lot of players, or a lot of fantasy managers' teams. So this is going to be the kind of shakeup that we need going in. Quick games in quick succession, which means you need a good bench, and swapping out players for injuries. So it's going to really change the dynamic of the next few weeks, and you could probably see a lot of movement in terms of your mini leagues and your head-to-head leagues. So focus in on your bench. If you don't have transfers, always make sure you got players that are playing consistently. You might get 2s and 1s, but they're better than 0s, or 2s and 3s. Or if you're like me, you have a 5, 1, and 9 on the bench. I believe I got that 5. I think I got that one, but I did have Ben Turner on the bench last week, and hey, that's how it happens. But again, if you do have free transfers, try and do lateral transfers in terms of value. I know in the midfielders there's no injuries, but you try and keep it lateral. And you know what? If it's just going to be one game, like if Rooney is just rested for, let's say he is rested for the Capital One game and for the next game against West Ham. That's only one game, and he deserves that break. As a manager, if I go into my transfer data view from when I bought Rooney to now, and the amount of value that I've got since then, is it really worth getting rid of him just because he's not going to play one game? To me personally, no, it's not. I got him at 10.5. He's at 11.3. To sell him and buy him back, it's not justified if it's just going to be one game. If it's an Aguero and you got a solid red and he's out for 8 weeks, then yeah, by all means, time to get rid of him because his price is going to start to drop. So that being said, I'm just going to really want you guys to focus in on your benches this week. Make sure you guys got some good players on there. They don't have to be good, but just make sure that they're playing, and don't be surprised if people are rested and the manager says, oh, he's got an injury. You don't want to come really out and just say, yeah, I'm resting him because I don't think this team is worthy of him playing. That's, as a manager, you're not going to say that. That being said, looking forward to this game, or this game week, West Ham just beat Tottenham 2-1 in the Capital One Game Cup. So, it's not to say that United are going to need some firepower, especially with Rooney and Van Persie if they're off. So, wish you the best of luck. Just recording this on Wednesday. I don't know if I'm going to have a video for Boxing Day, just because it is in the holiday season. I am going to bring my laptop. I always visit my parents throughout the holiday season or the Christmas season, and I'm going to bring my laptop, so hopefully I'll get a video out for you in that time. But if I don't see you guys, or if I don't put out another video, I just want to wish you and your family and your partners and your girlfriends and everyone that you're with and that you're close to and that you hold value to, even the guys in my league who are above me, I want to wish you guys as well a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I know I'll have one out for the New Year, but again, just want to get that out. I appreciate all your feedback as always. Appreciate your emails, appreciate your comments, and again, looking forward to starting a new year in 2014 with all you guys. I appreciate you subscribing. I appreciate you watching every week, and again, I hope you guys can take a little tidbit of information out of the videos I put out, and hopefully that yields some points for you, and you get to jump some guys and then point your finger and laugh. But again, all the best, and I will hopefully see you next game week.